Because me up, we're going to host with films leading of Japan prediction. Today's Japan prediction will be Yuji from JJK versus Denji from Chainsaw Man. Last time on Draft Banner was Groove vs Megamind, and overall, I got it right, but I am disappointed with the animation. Analyses were good. Animation was a bit a lot of missed potential, but it's fine enough, you know. However, this matchup, I am very hyped for. I've done a video on this matchup in the past, and right now it's probably my second favorite matchup of all time. So, yeah, I really like it. I'm very hyped for it. There's a lot going for it as a matchup, so I'm overall just very hyped, and hope my boy Denji wins, but let's see if he does. I know Chainsaw Man recently ended, same with Modulo, as both series ended in March, ironically, so that's funny. So let's get into who wins. Starting with stats, I believe Denji should take this, as I have him at around 56 gigatons via Gun Devil at 20% has a feed that can be calculated to 11.24 gigatons, and upscaling by 5, it gets to 56.2 gigatons. For 100%, and Denji in his strongest forms, being Pochita and Denji Man, should definitely scale to Gun Devil. Base form Denji doesn't, and at best can be scaled to the Typhoon Devil, which can go from 400 kilotons up to 14 megatons. So, base Denji isn't beating Yuji, as I have Yuji at 15 gigatons via kinetic energy calc for Daibura moving at near light speeds. So Denji is about 3 to 4 times faster. But to get into speed, there's a lot of debatable stuff, you know. It's a lot of for Sukuna dodging Kashimo's EM waves, I don't buy that feat. I view it as aim dodging. And it ranges a lot anyways. I've seen it from get to 2C up to 7C. And just ranges a lot. So I also just don't buy it. A better feat is Sukuna's more cutting / outpacing Kashimo's EM waves, which has been calculated around 1.23C. C equals speed of light, and so that's more solid. There's also Daibura only being able to reach lights relative near light speed, not actually light speed. So FTL is a bit debatable as well. Personally, I'm fine with it because it's reaction speed, not movement speed. But there are some debunks. There's also debunks for Kashimo's EM waves actually being as fast as real life EM waves. So there's a lot there. But Denji should take speed anyways, because you're recalling the Gun and Tank Devil has been counted to around 3.64C. And Pochita was able to outmatch that when Yoru's turning death into a weapon. Pochita was able to outpace Yoru's transmutation and bite death and eat death. There's also Denji dodging Yoru's American flag spear, which has been counted to around 25% the speed of light up to 1.28C. So overall, I'd say Denji consistently is faster, at least in my opinion. So right now, Denji is 56 gigatons and 3.6C, while Yuji is 15 gigatons and 1.2C, giving Denji the stat advantage. Let's get into abilities, and there's a lot to cover. Yuji overall has a lot more to throw at Denji. However, Denji has a lot of counters, like him being able to drink blood, counters blood manipulation. No, Yuji's blood being poisonous doesn't matter. It's only poisonous if it gets into your bloodstream, because of how curse and human blood work against each other when they mix. Even then, Denji can regenerate from poisons. In one of the novels, he regenerates from acid, and poison definitely isn't as good as acid. Also, Yuta uses RCT against the poison blood, and it works perfectly fine and completely counters it, so yeah, doesn't really do much. And Soul soul separation won't work on Denji and Pochita because of the contract, and even if we could separate them, they've been separated before spiritually, and you can still share the same body, as shown with the aging devil, having them like spiritually in different places, but still have the bodies connected. So, yeah, overall, Denji counters a lot. However, Yuji does have some counters of his own, like his domain allowing him to counter Denji's speed advantage, and Black Flash able to potentially allow him to counter the strength advantage as well. However, Denji can also just use his chains to tie Yuji up, and that would just prevent him from using Black Flash, or any of his abilities really. So there's that as well. Then there's also Yuji's, like, he can still damage Denji's soul even if you can't separate him and Pochita, which would counter Denji's regen. However, it's not like durability negation, it's more so regen negation, as he still needs to damage the body to damage the soul. If he can't damage the physical body, it doesn't damage the soul. And since Denji is still stronger, he should be able to survive enough soul attacks to live. Also, Denji's chainsaws has consistently damaged people way stronger than him, like the fake chainsaw man, who was able to deflect Yoru's bangs, and Yoru's bangs definitely outmatch Hyper Denji, and Denji's chainsaw should get stronger with every transformation. So yeah, this is like, ability is very close. I do believe Denji takes it because he has more counters. However, Yuji's soul damage can definitely help him a lot. So there's that. Now let's get into tertiary factors like skill, experience, stamina, IQ, and whatnot. This is really like, most of it doesn't matter. IQ doesn't really do anything. Skill and experience definitely go to Yuji. However, Denji has 5 characters way more experience and way more skill than him, and come out on top, like way older than him, with the aging and falling devil, who are as old as humanity. So Yuji being more skill and experience thanks to Modulo and his better training doesn't really matter. Well, Denji has better battle IQ in my opinion because he's shown to be more tactical and fighting and coming out with strategies more often, exploring weaknesses, and Yuji most of the time relies on other people to come up with plans, while Denji can come up with plans by himself. So there's that. Overall, in my opinion, Denji takes battle IQ. However, the most important category, in my opinion, is stamina. Because stats you can give to either, abilities you can get to either. This one is the most clear-cut advantage, and it's the most important one because if Denji runs out of blood, he can't transform. If Yuji runs out of Ghost Energy, he can't use any of his abilities. So let's see who takes stamina. In my opinion, it's Denji by a lot. Both have regen. Denji's regen is way better. He can heal from his entire body from just a heart. It can heal acid. Oh, Yuji doesn't really show anything impressive with his RCT. So, yeah. While Yuji can always use it, while Denji needs to drink blood, Denji has many ways to drink blood, like his devil ponds, throwing up a devil and cutting it open. Yuji having blood in him and shooting it, and blood manipulation, shooting his blood out at Denji to allow Denji to drink it, you know? So, there's just a lot of factors that allow Denji to just regain blood, while Yuji cannot regain Ghost Energy. While some people think Black Flash can replenish Ghost Energy, it doesn't. It allows him to use it more efficiently. Like, he can, like, output more Ghost Energy without losing it as much. But he still loses it, you know? So, yeah, and he can't gain it back. It's like, Denji is like a barrel that can constantly fill, like, it has, like, a bigger hole. Like, if you use, like, the barrel example, I think, like, use, like, 2 barrels. One has a tiny hole in it. One has a big hole. But however, the one with a big hole constantly replenishes, it's the one with a small hole still going to run out faster because it can't replenish itself, you know? That's my reasoning for this. Also, Yuji using RCT in general burns Ghost Energy, and same with using his domain and his techniques. All of his abilities burn Ghost Energy, Well, the only thing that gets rid of blood for Denji is his transformation because the chainsaws coming out of him. Even then, that's only one ability. His chains, devil pawns, forgot to mention them earlier, but he can just erase legs from existence as well. And all of that just allow him to, in the end, overwhelm, outlast Yuji. So, yeah. I do believe that he wins, obviously. I do believe, primarily because stamina. Denji has way too much of stamina, his stamina can last longer, and he doesn't burn up his stamina as much as Yuji does. So, overall, I believe in a war of attrition between the two main characters, I believe Denji should ultimately win. There are arguments for Yuji winning. This is a very debatable matchup. It can go either way, realistically. However, in my opinion, I have to give it to the Chainsaw Man Denji. So, yeah. I really like Denji. I want him to win, so I hope he does. If he loses, I will be sad, disappointed, and disagree with the outcome, but I'm going to enjoy the fight no matter what. As long as they get both accurately, and as long as the animation is good. Now let's just cover those stories well. I'm going to love the episode. So, yeah. I believe the winner is Denji, and because you know, I came playing Bladers.